Hey guys, this is All Streamed That, back with another episode of MLB The Show 19, Road to the Show, with our starting pitcher. And last episode we got called up and played our first game with the Kansas City Royals, and we lost. And where we are at right now, overall, for the whole organization, is we are actually the number 6 pitcher. We have taken the Major League Baseball rotation spot from Heath Philmeyer. And we have some training today. We are going to do a core workout and get our durability and stamina up. And there we go. Never let yourselves become complacent about the fundamentals of the game. Let's stay sharp out there. So we have a double performance gain activated for hits and walks per 9 innings. And here we are against the Los Angeles Angels, who have about the same record that we do. We've played, I think they've played like 2 more games than we have, and they've won 1 more, but they've also lost 1 more. And the first pitch is a foul. And that's a fly out for out number 1. And here comes Andrelton Simmons. I always have trouble with his first name. And there's strike 1.
1 out now, 1 out.
And that circle change barely misses outside. And there we go. Second out, it's a fly out to right. And here's Mike Trout. And there's strike 1 on a fastball, a little bit low and outside, but still in the zone. And there's strike 2. That was a little bit off the plate, just barely. A veteran might have gotten that call. And there's a foul to remain at 1-2. And he swings and misses at a curveball. And that is the end of the first inning. And we scored 2 in the bottom of the first, so we are up by 2. And here's Justin Upton. Again, if I was a veteran, I may have gotten that call. And there's a curveball for strike 1. And a circle for strike 2. And the second baseman just couldn't grab that. So that is the first hit of the game. And here's Victor Guerrero. I'm not that worried about him stealing second. And there's a strike. That is 0-2. And that's a home run. by Victor Guerrero. So it's now tied at 2.
The first baseman, number 7, Zach.
There's strike 1. Ball 1. There's strike 2. And strike 3. Second strikeout of the game, the first out of the inning. And here's Babe Pena.
The designated hitter, Babe Pena.
It's a circle change a little bit low for ball 1. And that one hits the zone for strike 1. And the second baseman grabs that, and that is out number 2. And here's David Fletcher.
Batting eighth, the second baseman, David Fletcher.
He fouls that off for strike 1. There's strike 2. And strike 3 on a curveball at the top of the zone. And we scored a run in the bottom of the in the bottom of the second. So we are now up by 1. He dropped that curve. That's our first assist in the majors.
The right fielder, number 31.
Hey, plays out one right here.
There's 1 out.
Drury.
And that's a ball. Okay. There's strike 1. Ball 2. Counts 2-1. Count is 3-1. And the count is full. And that's a fair ball, as the third baseman didn't even react. And that's going to be a double. And here's Andrelton Simmons again. And he holds up on that, but it's a called strike. And there's ball 1. There's strike 2 on a foul. And strike 3 for out number 2. And he did go around. And here's Mike Trout. That is a foul for strike 1. And that is going... Oh! What happened there? It is tied. So we're definitely going to see that again. He completely missed that dive. And he gets a triple off of that. And here's a boss challenge.
Now batting, the left fielder, Justin Upton.
Recording out with a pitch outside the zone. That's what we're going to try. That was inside the zone, but that is a foul. That, I think, was outside. Failed. That must have been just in. And top of the fourth, it's still tied.
Leading off for the eighth, the third baseman, Guerrero.
And that was strike one. Strike two on a curve. Three straight strikes for the fifth strikeout of the game.
The first baseman, number 7, Zach.
So here's Zach Cozart. He is 0 for 1. Count is 1-1.
Right, here we go now.
Count is 1-2 on a foul. And that's a fly out to first for the second out. And here's Babe Pena. He grounded out earlier.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Babe Pena.
There's strike one. Ball one, the curveball just missed inside.
One ball, 2 strikes.
Count is 1-2. And he fouls that off. And we strike him out on a circle change. Top of the fifth, it's still tied at 3.
The second baseman, David Fletcher.
Fastball hits the zone for strike one. Curveball hits his second base, and that's out number 1. And here's Kevin Smith.
Now batting, Kevin Smith.
And that fastball was fouled for strike one.
Here we go now, let's go.
That's strike two, looking. And he struck out looking on a curveball that just hit the outside part of the zone, and that's the 7th strikeout of the game. And here's Steven Ruiz.
31. Steven.
He is 1 for 2. Watches a circle right in the middle of the zone. Watches a curveball down at the bottom. And he swings at a four-seam and fouls it off. And that is a fly out to center for the third out. And top of the 6th, Andrelton Simmons is up. He is 0 for 2.
Simmons.
And there's ball one, just a bit outside. And that's going to be a ground rule double. And here's Mike Trout for a boss challenge.
The center fielder, number 27, Mike Trout.
Let's try to record it out in 4 pitches or less. There's strike one. Strike two. And that should be an out. And we completed the boss challenge. And here's Justin Upton.
The left fielder, number 8, Justin.
Circle change hits the zone for strike one. That's a foul for strike two. And he gets a single. So now we've got runners on the corners with 1 out. And there is strike one on a foul. Counts 1-1. Count is 1-2 on a foul. And that was not a double play. They couldn't get it to second base. So the score is now 4-3. We're down by 1, and we are out of the game. And Carlos Cortez comes in to relieve. And we end up winning. And we are going to do a simulated game with our curveball with Greg Kimbrell. And that raises our caps for curveball velocity, break, and control. And he wants us to record at least 10 outs with our curveball in the next appearance. And we're going to try that. And we're going to speak with the catcher Bruce Maxwell about his recent struggles at the plate. It's tempting to panic, but keep a cool head and you'll find your footing at the plate. He appreciates the leadership. It's always good to have someone around who can keep a cool head in times of stress. And here we are in our first away appearance, and we are at Target Field in Minnesota. And that was a high circle change that was swung at for a strike. And we can't get that call. And the count is now 1-2. And the count is now 2-2. And we've got a full count.
Hey, strike this guy out. Let's go.
And the first pitcher of the game falls to a strikeout. And here's Jorge Polanco.
Batting second, the third baseman, Jorge.
And we're going to have a hard time getting those calls, at least right now.
Hey, we got 1 out here.
Maybe after we prove that we can hit those, then they'll start giving them to us. But for now, it's going to be pretty hit and miss with getting that call. And the count is now 1-2.
1-2.
And let's try to record a ground out. Won't be a ground out, but that is an out from a curve. And here's Rosario. Strike one on a fastball. And he grounds out to the first baseman for out number 3. And here's Jonathan Schoop.
Leading off for the win, the second baseman.
And let's try to end the inning without giving up a run and 1 strikeout. So now that I've chosen that, this will probably be a home run.
No, that's the ball.
So the count's 1-0. The count is 2-0. Two and 1 on a fastball. 3-1. That fastball missed. And that's going to be probably a double. And that looks like that's all he's going to get. And here's Jake Cave. There's strike 1. And he catches that for out number 1. And here's Jed Giorco. That was ball 1. There's strike 1. Strike 2 on a foul. And we struck him out on a curve. And here's Marwin Gonzalez. And that should be out number 3. There we go. We completed the challenge. And bottom of the 3rd, still scoreless. And there's strike 1 to Kepler. And that is not going to be caught. That should be a double. He shouldn't go any further. And here's Joaquin Ferreira. No runs and a strikeout is what we want. We should have got that call. There we go. Counts 1-1. Count is 1-2. And that was inside. Count is 2-2. And we struck him out on a curve. Here's Byron Buxton. There's strike one. Strike two on a foul. And that's a hit, and that's the first run of the game. And here's Jorge Polanco. Strike one. Strike two. Still strike two.
That's the ball.
And that's another out with a curve. Here's Eddie Rosario.
The left fielder, number 20, Eddie Rosario.
And we're now down by 2. And we are still in the game.
Now batting, second baseman, Johnson.
Strike one. Strike two. And he swings and misses on that curve. And we're still down by 2. Here is Jake Cave.
The center fielder, Jake.
Strike one on a fastball right down the middle. Strike two on a circle on the outside portion of the plate. And that is going to be another double. And that is his 5th.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Jake.
And there's a foul for strike one. Another foul for strike two. And that's a strikeout as he tipped it into the glove. And that was off of a curve. And here's a boss challenge for Marwin Gonzalez. Four pitches or less for an out. There's one. There's two. Okay, he's safe at third. That was the third pitch. Oh, come on. Challenge canceled.
Now batting, the first baseman, Matt.
Okay, count is 1-0. Counts 1-1. One and two. Wow, now they're up by 3. Okay.
Up next for Minnesota, the catcher,
And there's strike one to Ferreira. There's ball one. Ball two. Count is 2-2. Three and two. Still full. Wow. We can't get that curve to hit anymore. So the bases are loaded with one out. We really can't get a strike with the curve anymore. There we go. We got him to swing at that one. Okay, all we have to do... There, that'll work. Now there's 2 outs. That's the 6th strikeout. We should be getting close to the goal of 10 with our curve. Do not throw consecutive balls and record an out. So there's strike one. And there is out number 3. And we completed the challenge. We should be getting close to completing the one for the outs on curves. Here's Jonathan Schoop. No runs and a strikeout.
No ball, 1 strike.
There's strike 2. There we go.
Now batting, center fielder, Jake.
Counts 1-1.
Ball. 1-1.
And that should be an out. And here's Yorko.
The designated hitter, number 4, Jake.
And that should have been a strike. Oh! Or fall. Okay. We fell behind in the count. I thought it was a run. Or a strikeout. There we go. That'll work. So I got out of that inning.
Ladies and gentlemen, your
And Kevin McCarthy comes in to relieve. And we ended up winning. So at the end of the episode, it looks as though we've gained 2 games. So we're only 13 down in the American League Central. And that's going to end today's episode. I want to thank everybody for watching. My name is Allstream. Hit that like and subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications.